What is going on, guys? Jufaka here, and there is a lot, once again, today to talk about. Road to the knockouts. It's leaked, baby. We have some, well, not the whole thing. I shouldn't say we have the whole thing, but we do have some players, and we've got some big ones. We're gonna talk about how this affects the market coming up. We're gonna talk about when we should buy our weekend league teams. We'll get through that all in this video. First, let's get through the leaks. Rafinha is the first player leaked from Road to the Knockouts. So he's gonna have a really nice card. I'm sure he's gonna be expensive. We've got Valverde, who's probably gonna be an absolutely insane card. And we've got the big one, Leo Messi. So Messi is going to be in the Road to the Knockout team, which I was thinking one of Messi Ronaldo is going to be in it. Ronaldo's obviously in the Europa League. I thought maybe they would give like Ronaldo a Europa League card, but I think now that Messi's in it, maybe they won't. And then people were wondering why Phil Foden did not get a Team of the Week card. It's because he's in the Road to the Knockout. So we're also going to get Phil Foden in the Road to the Knockout team. Another thing that was leaked by Sheriff, first icon SBCs are starting to be added. So they're not going to be good icons, but hey, you never can complain too much about icon SBCs being dropped. That's a whole other topic for another day, though, of how icon SBCs are pretty much butchered by EA every single year. But anyway, let's have our gander at the index. And right now, rewards just came out about an hour and a half ago. But not to sound the alarm, if you look at a lot of these guys who are down, these are a lot of these low-rated gold cards. Rashford's down 12% to 9.6K right now. Andy Robertson, Ederson, Riyad Mahrez is 20K now, and he was sitting at like 26K, right? 25, 26, 27K. Yeah, 24 is on there. So slowly but surely, I know that there was just some supply because of rewards, but it's just slowly but surely a lot of these guys are going to go down, and these gold cards, you look at a lot of pretty much every single person here. So this is always a good indication of what's going down in the market right now. Like what's going down, what's going up. So you can see a lot of the things going up right now are a lot of the guys who are out of packs. So of course they're going to go up because there's no supply coming, or guys who are about to go out of packs like Messi and Rafinha. So yeah, there's not many cards up in price right now, and there's a lot of cards that are down in price because they're just low rated golds and the supply is coming. We got marquee matchup supply coming today as well, don't forget. So add more supply on top of this. So with all this being said, like when do we buy our weekend league teams? Because a lot of people probably have extra coins to spend to like upgrade their team right now. What I'm thinking is your best bet is probably going to be, I'm not saying it's a guarantee that these prices are going to be lower at this time, but I think it's a surefire bet they're not going to be way up high. Is after marquee matchups today, maybe half an hour after, I think it's probably your best time. About 30 minutes after content drops, I would say you probably have 30 minutes to an hour after content drops is probably your best time to buy your weekend league team. Now, one big important thing, what I'm going to do myself, this is just me, is I have a team right now. Let's go look at it. I'm right now not very liquid, right? Mainly because I'm just like doing a ton of content right now, but I've got Morientes, De Bruyne, Dembele, Walker, Varane, Saliba, Cancelo, a lot of expensive guys here, right? Benzema. I really am going to want to be out of these cards by like after this weekend, really. And there's a chance that even this weekend comes and the crash is here. There is a chance of that. I think it's less likely than like the next weekend, but I'm just saying there is a chance that this Friday, you know, the market kind of stabilizes because everyone's buying weekend league teams, even though supply is coming, so it kind of stays the same. And it's just a giant sell-off after weekend league is over, and the supply of weekend league rewards as well. So there's just a lot of question marks right now. A lot of question marks. So I personally, like, if you want to go with a cheap weekend league team for your first weekend, I would go for it. Let's look at some players. Like, if you go to FUTBIN Popular, man, if you want to go and buy like this Araujo card, use Araujo at center back. He's 3.6K. This Araujo card is crazy. All right, he's absolutely insane. I hate playing against him. And yeah, see here, I mean, the market, it's kind of, I don't want to say it's beginning already, but Zakaria 26K. He's been at 30 plus K for a long time. Like, if you can find some guys here like Timo Werner, you know, some of these guys who are like 10K or less that are pretty meta cards, try and make a team around him. I know that it's not going to be the best team ever, and you're probably going to get outmatched in some of your games because you don't make like an absolutely insane team, but it's just putting you in such a good place in the market that it's hard to pass up that kind of stuff. Like, you know, Malacia is 7K. I hate playing against Malacia. Malacia is good. Malacia, who is, you know, he's going to drop down in price eventually, but just you're saving coins because even if Malacia goes from 7K to 3K, you know, he literally halved in price, but you lost 4K. So it's not the end of the world. Whereas if you're holding on to like Dennis Zakaria, Ousmane Dembele, Nkunku, Renato Sanchez, you know, and all of a sudden you have half your coins that you had before from your 600K budget is now worth 350K. So we don't want to have that happen. That is for sure. And it seems like that stuff is already just a little bit kind of leaning that way. So just be careful. But let's look at the new team of the week because I want to talk about investing. Where is it? Like I've been saying in the last team of the week, there's going to be some great investments here because there's going to be a time with like a lot of supply. This team of the week will not be as rare as the team of the week 2 because of the road to the knockout promo. It just won't be as rare. So like the rises probably won't be quite as high, but on the flip side, some of these cards are going to be dirt cheap. Like if you can get DeMarcos's, it's showing here at 10.25k. I mean, that's absurd. It's a La Liga right back who just will simply have to be worth more than that when he's out of packs. So you don't have to do this like now, of course. Like I would wait until, you know, later in the week. But inform investing is just always fantastic. A very easy way if you're patient to make a shit ton of coins. Okay, let's look at Fodder because Fodder is one thing I want to talk about in this video. Because right now the market's down and Fodder in turn is also down a little bit. Yes. Yeah, 88. It's like Cruz was showing like 28k, 27k for a while, I think. Yeah, he was 27.3 yesterday. So yeah, 27, 28k. Down to 23k now. After marking matchups today, there's probably a really good buy window on some fodder here. Potentially because Raheem Sterling might come out today because we're still waiting on that Raheem Sterling SBC. So if that happens, I might kind of counteract this. There's definitely, I think there's a definite window here. I might look at this right at 6 p.m. today and try and see if like, you know, get some snipes of a Diaz, Cruz, Navas, Modric at like 22k, something like that. 89s at 30k, 86s 10, 11k. There's gonna be some good prices here. And there's gonna be a time this year where fodder explodes. And I don't think that's gonna be for a while yet, but if it happens too soon, or if it happens sooner than we expect, I'm telling you right now, you're going to be very thankful. So yeah, the market is just on a downturn right now. I reviewed this layout card. He was 300k, and I was sitting there like, I kind of don't think he's gonna keep this price. He's 256. I think I'm like, yeah, I think I'm on here just witnessing more and more panic and people selling. Like people are especially because like this market is combined. There's a shit ton more people on this market than there was last year. You're gonna see panic happen really fast. It's gonna be like in 2 hours, a card's gonna go down 50k. Now, of course, that can go the other way and like players can fluctuate up a lot. See this panic here? Like this has just got people who sniped a layout card hoping he'd go up, and now everyone's like, oh my god, he's 260k. I have a sell before it was 200k, and everyone's selling. It's not the worst time. If you want to buy your weekend league team right now, it's not a bad time. They're right now up until like 30 minutes or to an hour after marking matchups comes is when I would buy it. But also try and get out really as soon as you could. Also, if you want to buy a good team for weekend league, just try and sell it as fast as you can is my point. Not trying to induce panic in anybody because odds are I don't think the crash happens this weekend, but it could. Just throwing that out there for everybody to think about. One last thing before we out of here, let's look at the ones to watches because they're almost out of packs. So a very, very interesting thing to look at is on FUTBIN they have this feature. If you go to players and then go to dynamic players, click on ones to watch, you can see all of their matches here coming up. You can see how many wins they need, how many matches they played. So this is a really good tool to look at because like I was looking earlier and Lewandowski just needs 2 more wins. If they beat Celta Vigo and Real Madrid, it's only in like 10 days his cards will get upgraded. So it's not that long, honestly. Especially if he gets another inform too. I mean, if he has a hat trick against Celta Vigo, which would not surprise me because Lewandowski is going crazy in real life right now. I mean, this card's got 2 upgrades in the next 10 days. There's definitely some good things to look at here. And I would not be surprised if some of these ones to watches go up out of packs. Like I've said before, I'm not the biggest ones to watch fan because it's not the most predictable. But at the same time, I think if you want to take a bet at somebody here, you definitely could do it. So if you have any questions, please leave a comment down below. I will be glad to give my advice and help you out a little bit. That's what we do around here. I will catch you guys in the next video very shortly. Peace.